Hey guys, Emma again. It's just a video to show some of the stuff that I was given and I brought back and been gifted with from my holiday. I've had a month off in different parts of Australia and really enjoyed it, met some great people and did some great things, and probably did a little bit of work along the way, but it was a great time, and this is just a thank you video for all the things that I have picked up. First is this beautiful little set of Swiss Sterns. They're all complete and in really good condition. All the ends are still here. They're all intact, which is not all that common. And it's got a little, all the hand wheels are in place. It's got a little tool rest. There's a vice mount one. So that's something that's going to be very useful and something I've been looking for a little while. And probably when we get it all set up and running, I'll post a couple of videos on how that works and what you do with it and the sort of work it's good for. But basically it's a little lathe. So that was the first thing, and it was the one I'm really pleased to get that. So thanks John for that gift, and the next one too, which is a micrometer head. 0 to 1 inch in thousandths of an inch. It's a big micrometer head with a vernier scale on it and a rotating anvil. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with this. I've got a couple of ideas, so I will keep you posted on that too, but for a moment it'll go in a box somewhere and we'll see what happens in this plastic bag. I've got another little one there too that I had a couple of ideas for, but we'll see about that. So that's the second thing. If anyone's got a good idea to use a good quality Mitutoyo 0 to 1 vernier head for a thimble, post in the comments, let me know. I'd be really interested, but it's got to be good for something. That was another gift. I also got this set of rifle files, which are riffler files, depending on who you talk to and which country you did your trade in. They're little curved files for cleaning out corners. There's a set of them there, the different profiles. This one's a square one, and this one's a flat one, and this one's triangular with a curve. This one's flat with a curve. And this one's half round with a curve and a point, and this one's half round with a blind end. So it'll be useful for cleaning up castings and for finishing work. Always useful to have a set of riffler files, and I haven't got one, so they're a good set. I think they're F-Dick, but they're brand new. I think they haven't done a lot of use, so they're great to have. Picked up some high-speed steel, probably to use as parallels. There's a match set there, and I think they're only matched one way, so I'll have to mark them and measure them and mark them up, but they're handy for parallels. Good thing to have. A few tungsten carbide bits to silver solder on tools. They're always pretty useful to have. This is a shaper tool bit that's round, as you just move it a bit when it wears out. Not sure about that yet, but there's probably a use for it, so I'll hang on to that. So there's a few of them, and some counterbores and things. They look a bit rough. They probably clean up okay, I think. So pick them up. This is a metric die nut. It's M3.5, which isn't particularly common. You can probably buy one. I've never ever tried, but I've got one of them now. There were some other things too, but I brought the wrong box home, so I've left them in Victoria. But anyway, that was all from my friend John, and a big thanks for that. We're really pleased to get all that stuff, and that's been something that's pretty useful to have, I think. I picked up these couple of books too. They were given to me. They're both great to have, and neither of which I had a copy of. This looks like a good little book, and probably more of a review later, but I'm sitting down and reading that at the moment. It's called The Amateur's Lathe, and it's by L.H. Sperry. It was sold in Melbourne by their Technical Bookshop, which isn't anymore. Amazon sort of did them out of business, but it's quite a good little book. So I'm reading that at the moment. This was the other one I picked up, which is published by Hercus in South Australia. Very nice thing to have. I'm glad to have it. So I'm sort of feeling very grateful to some of my friends for some of these gifts. While I was in Tassie, we went to the scrapyard and I picked up these aluminium sheets, which have got to be useful for something. It's 3mm aluminium, I think. It looks like it's about 110 by about 80mm. They're laser cut pieces, but they've got a little cut out here, but they're going to be useful for something. I've got a project lined up for some of them, so that's something else I found. So this was the other parcel that I sent up from Tasmania. I haven't opened it yet again, but there's a Brassworks in Launceston. Still operating as a Brassworks, and they still make pipe fittings and things. I did get a guided tour, and I was disappointed I never had my camera. And showed a little bit of interest in the big Ward capstan lathe that they were making fire hydrant taps on. So I got a tour upstairs, and it's like stepping back in time. There's rows of little Herbert fast cap lathes all set up for machine work. They're all their own little cubicles and a polished timber floor and herringbone roof and steel window frames that all opened up. So it's like an old time factory still operating in Launceston. But downstairs I was able to purchase some brass rod, and I'll just open this. So I got the lid off. It's all been taped up where I posted it. So I've got a project in mind for some of this. It's inch down to, I think that one's 3/16 or 5mm or something, and some hexagons and a bit of square, and just extrusions, which are almost impossible to find here in Queensland, especially on the Gold Coast. So that was a bit of a score, and I was glad to be able to post them home. And that's another project that one day I might get done or finished or started or something. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and that's what we got up to and some of the things I brought home. There'll be more soon, and thanks for subscribing, and appreciate your comments. Thanks, guys.